I just wanted to talk about this because it was kind of wild, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts on this. ATL Jacob, the producer, tweeted this out. So there's a result from a page that asked the question, who's the most impactful, Tupac or Kanye West? 70, there's 429,000 votes, which is fucking a lot of votes. 76% said Tupac and 24% said Kanye West. And then the person that tweeted it, the results said, in what world is Tupac more impactful than Kanye? ATL Jacob quoted it and said, I have never seen another Tupac, but I've seen 100 Kanyes. The influence is crazy. Kanye West has done more for hip-hop than Tupac. Facts. Tupac, a great rapper, but Future more influential than him as an artist. So, let me look up ATL Jacob's age, too. I'm just curious. 24 years old. Okay. Younger than me by 4 years. When he was born, Tupac was already dead. He was in 1998 is when he was born. So, that's one thing you got to factor in. Somebody who was born after an artist has died, you can't really expect much of them. Now, in hip-hop, I do feel like if you are in hip-hop, especially as a producer, because you're going to be using samples, you're going to be using all kinds of different sounds, you need to know your history. And anybody that's a fan of hip-hop has heard of Tupac or Biggie because of the whole beef, the whole battle, the deaths, all that. And even now with Tupac, headlining everywhere because of the whole Keefy D thing. And one way or another, if you're a fan of hip-hop, you know about Tupac. But if you're a fan of hip-hop, not everybody's heard of Kanye West. And I can literally guarantee you that hip-hop fans around the globe, there are some people that do not know who Kanye West is. I'm not saying that he's not big globally. Do not twist my words. Kanye West is huge. That Yeezy clothing line skyrocketed him globally because before that, he wasn't really that big globally. I have cousins that lived in Europe, all over Europe. I have cousins because of, my country had a war, blah, blah, blah. Everybody got scattered. I got scattered to America. They got scattered across the UK, Germany, all kinds of areas in Europe, right? And even my home country. And I kid you not, they had no idea who Kanye West was until I want to say 2015, 2016. Because of the Yeezy clothing started blowing up, controlled fashion, and he skyrocketed. And the Yeezy clothing is what made him a billionaire. So that tells you right there that something globally hit. Because to become a billionaire, you got to be known, to a certain extent. People got to know you around the world to a certain extent. I'm not saying you're known all the fucking globally around the world if you're a billionaire, but in the entertainment world, you got to be somewhat known or attached to something globally. So Kanye has influenced a lot, but Tupac has influenced literally everything after him. Like everybody has said, I love Tupac. I've listened to Tupac. Now the newer generation, these newer artists might not say it as much, and some of them has gone on to disrespect Tupac and say Tupac's nothing. I don't really care, man. Fuck Tupac. I don't care less about listening to him. But those are younger kids. They have no idea what the fuck's going on. They just don't listen about because their artists got influence from Tupac. So at the end of the day, it comes from Tupac. And by the way, if an artist comes out earlier, they're usually going to influence more people if they're a great artist. That's just the reality of it. Now, as time goes on, as hip-hop gets older, as we grow older, people are going to forget about Tupac more and more because he passed away early. His impact's still going to be here, but it's like LL Cool J. It's like Ghostface, not Ghostface, but Rakim. It's like, like Melly Mel, like all these older 80s artists that were Run DMC that were like the shit, Beastie Boys, all these artists, right? That were the shit at the time that influenced the next generation, the Eminems, the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Diddies, all these other ones that came in the 90s that just dominated. Jay-Z, Nas, DMX, all got influenced by the 80s artists. If you ask DMX, his favorite rapper was Rakim. You ask Lloyd Banks, favorite rapper, Rakim. Nelly, I think even said LL Cool J was somebody inspired me. You could tell with the t-shirt taking off and the R&B style type of music, hip-hop. LL Cool J influenced a lot of stuff too. So, but those artists don't get that praise because they were so, in the 70s and 80s that it was just like it's such a long time ago. And as the years go on, that's going to happen. Because the 90s, 90s is what, bro, when Tupac died was literally 27 years ago. As time goes on, more and more people, because what's going to happen, newer artists are going to come, and they're not going to mention Tupac as an influence. They're going to say Kanye influenced me. They're going to say Lil Wayne. Right now it's already happening. Lil Wayne influenced me. That's why I got all these face tats, and they don't mention Tupac. But globally, around the world, if you just ask people who's been inspired more, I would say Tupac, man. Kanye is a huge inspiration, though. I'm not going to front, man. Kanye is the best conversation to have is Kanye and Tupac, I think. Because Kanye, yes, If we're talking strictly music, then yeah, you can put other artists in. But Kanye just all around has influenced more. Because his clothing alone has influenced the whole fashion world, bro. So, that debate I'm glad it's, with Kanye, I can agree with that. But Tupac still holds that for the foreseeable future. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, if Kanye just doesn't, completely crash out and, like alienate himself from, mainstream media, which he's managed to do for quite some time, and he starts doing more like influential things, which he will, because Kanye just has that talent in him, then yeah, he's going to surpass Tupac. But right now, I think it's still a little too early. Then saying Tupac's a great rapper, but Future's more influential as an artist. That's now Future. Listen, man, ATL Jacobs from ATL, literally. So he views Future as, everybody here in Atlanta, because I live here, literally, they love Future. Future is like, a god MC to them. And that's just the reality of it. Just his location, he feels like that. But that I totally 100%. I'm not even going to entertain that argument. That's not even close to me. But Kanye and Tupac, you can entertain that. You can have a civil, legitimate discussion about who's, more of an influencer between the two.